Alright, you beautiful people, Konzi here, bringing you episode 38 of Kenshi Age of Blood and Sand Iron Man playthrough. So at the end of last episode we had a bunch of Onis come in and attack the base. They are still here at the moment. Thankfully we have more numbers than they have, so we can attack them 2-on-1 or 3-on-1. Onis have terrible dexterity and attack speed, which means that if you can bring a lot of numbers against them, you are in for a winner when fighting them. Their strength though on the other side is insane. They have 112 strength, so if they manage to get an attack off, one of you guys is in serious trouble. Their weapons are blunt and also have high bleed, so super good for knocking you down and knocking you out. So you've always got to be careful because the Onis will try to kidnap anyone that's knocked down on the ground. But we can bring more numbers into this fight than they have, so we should be able to win this pretty quickly. The plan for this episode is going to be, we're going to get everything in line so that we can take the fight to the Holy Nation proper. This means we're going to need to get hyper alloy production up and going. We're also going to need hyper alloy limbs, and if we're getting hyper alloy production up, that means we're going to need a Leviathan pearl. So we're going to go hunt down a Leviathan to go and get his pearl this episode, and we are also going to get a bunch of AI core production on the go and look for the Western Hive culture books. The Onis have decided to go and try to kidnap a couple of my guys whilst they're sleeping. This must have been how they captured Cops and Tinny a couple episodes ago, but thankfully this time I was keeping an eye out for it and we saw it happening, so we can stop it. We do have the dust bandits coming in. We took out the last attack, so this one is a little bit bigger. Not a massive threat to us. The guys are a couple minutes behind, so the guys coming from Bad Teeth will be back here shortly, and then with them we'll just go and engage the dust bandits and hopefully wipe them all off. So all the guys are back now. We're going to go and attack them, stab them in the face, and they are running away. We'll chase them down as much as we can, but they will end up getting away from us, most of them. So once they get past a certain point, we might as well just let them go, because the time that we're going to spend chasing them is time that we could spend getting the stuff ready so we can take out the Holy Nation. Okay, so it looks like I wasn't paying as good attention as I should have been. We have got one of our hives, I believe it to be Manny, has been captured by the Oni and taken in the Verge. We have set a rescue party, the same one we sent last time, to try and get him back, but he has just got scorched by a laser beam, so I don't think there's much chance. No. Okay, Manny's dead, not a massive issue. What we're going to do is we will send the rescue party back to the base, and then we can carry on with the objectives that we set out earlier so that we can start moving forward and we can take the fight to the Holy Nation, which will be pretty ideal. Gonna need to get a bit more production going and storage. The main dust bandits attack has come in. I've set my guys up to create an intercept, so we're going to go for the tried and old tactic of just charge at them. I guess we didn't really get the charge off because they're already on us, so we're just going to go with the old strategy of we're going to kill them before they kill us, because that's worked every time so far. So if it's not broken, don't fix it. I mean, earlier on in the game or this playthrough, this attack would have wiped us out. There would have been no two ways about it. But our guys are getting better, we got better equipment, the stats are getting better, so we are looking like we're in a pretty good situation. Also, the extra numbers that we have now means that they're not proper ganging up on us. A lot of the guys will be fighting 2 or 3-on-1, but as you can see, their numbers are filling really quick. Also means they can't bring their rangers all against one of my characters, because that's what they like to do, is they'll get a bunch of rangers and just focus down one character at a time. Always what it seems, it doesn't inherently always happens that way, but one of you guys normally gets pulled away from the group and then they get focused down. Get a little bit of a gank going on. So this time we are looking pretty good. We cleared that up in absolutely no time. I think it's because my guys are using the Guandos. They have a really large cleave area. Those guys have next to no armor, so each hit they're hitting like 3 or 4 guys at the same time, and it's just taking its toll on them. So yeah, absolutely mashed up that bandit demands, which is obviously a very good thing. And now we're going to be able to start moving on with the other things that we need to do. What I do want before this episode is over is we want to be able to start to produce dread limbs. Dread limbs are one of my favourite sort of limbs because they have a high HP pool and also give you a bunch of buffs for when you're using them. So in any one field they'll get outclassed by any other robotic limb, but as a across the board limb as like a universal limb, they are super good. I really like the KSL series, but I prefer the Dread limbs just because of the extra buffs it has. Okay, so the Holy Nation has now arrived as well. We've got a dance off between Nippy and the Holy Chosen, but you know, you can't outdance a dog, it doesn't understand. We are going to be able to clear this up fairly quick. Thankfully, their attack has been like stringed out, so they're not coming at us in like one big horde, they're going to come at us piecemeal. So Holy Nation's main advantage is they use Zerg tactics and massive numbers, but if there is strung out over a long period of time, they won't be able to bring the numbers to bear. Think of it more like a battle of Monopoly with the 300 Spartans against the Persians. Yeah, they got way more numbers than us, and in a straight up battle they'd probably win, but they can't bring the numbers to bear because they are all spread out and coming at us piecemeal. So by the time the reinforcements arrive, my guys have already cleared up the first slot as that has come in. So yet again, another attack that a few episodes ago would have caused us a massive headache has been cleared up super quickly, which I'm really happy about. This is giving me a little bit more faith for when we have to fend off the Western Hive and the Southern Hive attack. Now, I've said about the Southern Hive attack being absolutely massive and broken and really good fun to fight. I've never fought them on 4 times size, I've only ever fought them on 3 times size, so this will be the biggest Southern Hive attack that I will have ever seen in Kenshi when it comes. So I am proper looking forward to that. That's as long as we don't get wiped out. This is Iron Man, something could go wrong and take us out. I doubt it. It would take something like the Southern Hive attack to take us out, and until that happens I don't think we're going to be taken out, so we should definitely be able to fight it. We are going to need to go do a little bit more trading because we're running a little bit low on money and my storage is all getting like cluttered up again. So we want AI cores, so we're going to be able to buy them. We need generator cores, so we're going to be able to get them. And we want CPU cores, so we're going to be able to get them. We got the blueprint for the healing pod, so we're going to put the first healing pod down. They are crazy, silly, expensive, but they are worth it. If we can get, I don't know, say 5 of them up and going, we are going to be non-unstoppable if we can get, say, 5 of those healing pods up. Because your guys heal so quick in them, it is untrue. It's like 30,000% healing rate to it. So we get a bunch of those, we get the Medicore set up, and then we will be able to hold our own in almost any fight. It will take a bunch of microing, and we need to make sure that we have the power reserve set and that we have the, well, yeah, it's just basically power reserves. Well, we got a Flats Lagoon, we managed to pick up a couple Hive culture books, and on the way to Morn we found a Beakfing nest. So probably 60k's worth of Beakfing eggs we've got there, which is going to be amazing. Super important because we need the money because we are going to be hurting for it. Well, not after this, we're not. We're going to be loaded. We found the Leviathan. This took me a little while to find, but we need this Leviathan because we need the Leviathan Pearl. With the Leviathan Pearl, we can make the Hyper Alloy Smith, which is going to be insane. Think of it kind of like a chainmail producer. So an Hyper Alloy bar takes about the same amount of steel bars as a chainmail sheet, and it's worth about as much as the same. So they are super good, and this Leviathan is taking forever to take down. So I won't keep you guys having to watch all of it, so we will be skipping parts because it is just Lidus just hacking away time and time again, and then the Leviathan just standing there and nothing happening. There are a bunch of nasty creatures that keep showing up just from how long this fight's going on, but it isn't a massive issue. We'll just keep going, we'll keep fighting, and we will eventually win. It will take a little while, but hopefully we'll get it. It's nearly down, and it is down. Okay, so now all we've got to do is go and loot it, and that'll be pretty spot on. And yeah, we can't loot it, so we need to wait for it to get back up. And now we need to fight it again. Thankfully it won't take us long. Its stats are going to be knocked down a fair bit just from the amount of hits it's got. And boo-rah, we've managed to get that Leviathan Pearl. That Leviathan Pearl is going to be huge. We're just going to go back to the base, and then we can finally finish off the Hyper Alloys. We do have the Oni's Wrath coming in. Yet again, it is only 5 of them. A wandering patrol of Onis is bigger than their attacks, so we're just going to go in, we'll wipe them out, we'll bring everyone into the fight that we can. None of my guys will hopefully go down so they can't kidnap anyone, and all of my guys now have legs. Them having legs means the Onis can't kidnap them either. So hopefully we won't lose any more hives to these damned Onis, man. They are such a pain. They're a lot of fun though. Like, they behave so different to like all the other enemies in the game. I mean, some people kidnap you, okay, and then you can escape. Some animals will knock you down and leave you alone, okay, it gives you a chance to get healed up and recovered. Some of them will eat you, which obviously is a little bit annoying, but they only kidnap you, take you through a laser infested desert, put you into a tower, and then torture you until you die, which is not cricket, is how I would describe it. We now will have a Holy Nation Assault and a Oni's Wrath coming in 3 and 4 days. Not a massive issue. We're going around. We found another hive trader who had no Western hive culture books, which is annoying. And then again, we're just going around looking for things. So that is generator cores and Western hive culture books. Unfortunately, the other trader in the way station is Traders Guild, so we can't trade with them, which is a little bit annoying. Our medicine production is up and going now, so I've been able to give most of my guys 5 advanced medicines and 1 advanced splint kit. This means I'll never have to touch their medicine again, and everyone will have medikits on them. It makes them a little bit heavy, but not a massive issue. And the hyperalloy forge is now going. The healing pods is going to be done soon, so I needed to grind so many robotics cores, well, not robotics cores, robotic repair kits. That was a lot of big things I had to hunt down to be able to sell the leather to buy them, but now we have that up. It is amazing. Just going to wait until someone gets proper beaten up, put them in, and they'll be healed up in no time, which is going to be super good. We're going to go and move about our research stuff so that I can actually get some research going, which means we're going to be able to get the dread limbs on the go, and then a bunch of other like minor research stuff that isn't massive but will be helpful. We need the power core for the T800 or the hyperalloy limb production, which is going to be super good. We're going to get some lighting in as well, and yeah, we are looking like we are in a super good area. Like, the stats on these things are insane. I mean, considering these are shoddy class. Yeah, they're expensive though. They cost about, I think it's like 45,000 for the raw resources to build them, so they're not cheap, but they will be worth it. And now we can get our dread limbs going, well, researching, and then soon we'll be able to build them, and then we can start just kicking out dread limbs. We're going to upgrade a bunch of our mineral infrastructure, and then we're going to start producing the hyperalloy bars. We are going to be in such a good situation, and then once this is done, we have very few things to worry about, and we can take the attack to the Holy Nation. Dreadling production is now going to be on the way, and yeah, we are on for a winner. This episode took a long time to record, but I wanted it all set so that we could be in a situation next episode where we proper start fighting the Holy Nation instead of these like little piecemeal skirmishes. It is time we moved out of the base, and it's the time we started attacking them. So I need to bring this episode to an end now, ladies and gentlemen, so thank you very much for watching episode 38 of Kenshi Age of Blood and Sand. I have been Konzi. All the likes, comments, support have been amazing. You guys are awesome, and I'll catch you on the next one.